Hey guys, Mr. Kaz here. Today I'm going to try to demystify the differences between editing, suggesting, and commenting in a Google Doc. Okay, and this is going to be all about feedback, right? We want to give students great feedback when they're doing assignments in a Google Doc. Okay, so the first thing you're going to see, the first thing we're going to look at anyway, is the editing feature. Okay, and when you create a document, you have editing access. It's just the way it works. You're the owner. You're going to be able to type in things in that document. Now, when you push out a document or a template or an assignment through Google Classroom, you are also going to have editing ability. Okay, you're going to be the co-owner with the student. So the student will be able to edit and you will be able to edit. Okay, and so let's say that if we're in edit mode and we see in a student Google Doc that there's misspelled word. We can see that I pressed my right click button and automatically it pulled up a spell check, a little shortcut from one of my previous videos. And you're going to see we're going to change high school one word to high school two words. And you can see it fixed it automatically. Okay, let's try it again with this R. Oh, you have to be under it sometimes. So instead of the letter R, slang, we're going to type R. And so that automatically fixes those kinds of things. I would highly recommend using this, however, because for the students, it's like they don't even realize that somebody's going in there and fixing their work. It's all teacher-centered. The students aren't getting feedback, and that's the whole point of this, is giving students feedback. So a better suggestion would be to use the suggesting feature, right? Try not to use the editing feature unless you're doing a collaboration with a coworker, and even then, I would always think that you should give suggestions and comments so that people can learn from their mistakes and fix it on their own. So let's see what that next option is going to be, the suggesting model. We see here it's going to turn green up there, and that will let us know that we're in suggesting mode. Okay, so we can do the same thing. I'm going to right click on this misspelled word. We're going to replace it with the correctly spelled word, and you're going to see it crossed out the incorrectly spelled word, replaced it with this. You can see it in green. You can see that a little box showed up here notifying the student. It tells them what to do. Replace high school one word with high school two words. It says who it's from, what time it was given, who the person was, my profile picture, and the students can reply if they need more clarification. So this is a great way to communicate with students. Okay, the students can choose to accept or reject suggestion, or if they would like to, they could delete. Let's say that the student wants to take the suggestion from the teacher. They think it's a good idea. They're going to click this, and then all of a sudden the green's all gone because it's been corrected. Okay, so that's a really helpful way. Now, a warning about suggesting mode. Even this is kind of teacher-centric. The teacher's still doing the work. The teacher's correcting the student. They're typing in things. So I would try to limit using the suggesting option to students who really, truly need that help. Maybe students that are like 2 or 3 or 4 grade levels behind in reading and writing. Maybe ESOL students, special ed students, students that need that extra support, that extra scaffolding. It'd be really good to be able to give them this directed feedback, and the students can just kind of take your advice, fix their work, and move on to the next grammar mistake or misspelling. Okay, I wouldn't use this with every student because number one, it's time intensive. You have to do a lot of work. And number two, it's kind of teacher-centered. Like I said, the teacher's doing the work, not the student. So which is going to bring me to my third option. We can also, let's go back to edit mode. We can also go and comment, which is the teacher does probably the least amount of effort from the teacher, which is a good thing because the students are doing all of their editing. So we see a word here that's misspelled, right? We're going to go up here. This is the first way, comments. We're going to click comment, and we're going to type in misspelled word, okay? And you're going to see, kind of like a suggestion, it shows up here, although it doesn't have accept or reject. It just says what was wrong. It's highlighted, okay? If the student fixes that, if they go back and say, you know what, that was misspelled. Oh, look, the red line is gone. I'm going to resolve this. Gone. You see how it's not highlighted anymore, and it's correctly spelled. So that's another, I mean, you could do that with misspelled words. That's how I'm using it right now, but you really want to give more targeted feedback. So the second way I'm going to show you how to give comments is when you highlight something, you're going to see this little box show up here, and it says add comment. So we can add it directly from there. That's the easier way to do it, and that's the way I would suggest. And right, you could type in here, great point. I'd like to see more info on this, however. And so that's more targeted, right? They gave them some kind of, I gave the student some feedback, great point, but I'm also asking for more. I'd like to see more info on this, however. And when I comment there, the student's going to see that. And as soon as I type it in, and click send, the student will be able to see it, which is really great because it's immediate feedback. And so the student would see this. Maybe they're going to add some more information down here. And when they're finished, they can go and resolve. And then once again, it will be gone. Okay. These comments don't disappear all the way, though. You can see. So if the teacher wants to open up and say, okay, I'm going to see which comments the student actually took and changed and which ones they just ignored. And you can go up here and you can go over the ones that the students have fixed and which ones they have not fixed. So that's basically my very, very basic introduction to commenting, suggesting, and editing in Google Docs. And we'll probably get a little bit more into this in future episodes. So good luck.